going into that without permission. People.
Well, it's a rough start. Rough start to 2026. Kentucky basketball embarrassed in Tuscaloosa. Woke up today nervous. Didn't feel good about the game. We know how the team has looked after these long layoffs. Didn't think. I thought we had gotten over the whole let's get embarrassed in the first half of basketball games and then hope we can come back in the second half. Don't know why I thought that because
this was rough.
That's kind of the MO. That's what we've been. We played top teams and we lack effort and get embarrassed early on. But 89-74. Let's go through the box score real quick before we get into our thoughts on the game. Otega Owe, Jalen Lowe, I think they were the keys in the game. Mm-hmm. 27 minutes for J Lowe. That's got to go up. That's got to be over 30 minutes. Owe got 36, went 8 of 16 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. Ended up scoring 22 points. Also had 8 rebounds. Jalen Lowe, 8 of 16, 1 of 5 for 3, but had 21 points and 2 assists in a game where Owe had 3. So they account for 5 of our 9 assists in the game, which we'll talk about that. All in all, just miserable, abysmal performance against the top-ranked team. But tell me your thoughts on the game, buddy. What did you think of the start of the game, that first half?
Well, speaking of the box score, we just got punked of shooting. They made so many threes. We could not buy one. We were struggling at free throws too. Yeah.
The free throw margin, I think, was 60% in the first half. I think we picked it up in the second half, but still not 69%, so 20 of 29. And then they only got to the line 16 times, but shot 12 of 16 for 75. But yeah, 3-point percentage, it was at 48% in the first half. It dropped to 39%, but they shot 38 of them, made 15 to our 19 we took, and made 4. And we only shot 42% from 2.
And yeah, there's nothing we can do about those 2 Holloway shots. He's pulling up from Curry range and just splashing them in our face.
It is true. So. Yeah, can't do it. I mean, but that was what you do to prevent those is you can't be Colin Chandler and forget that you're playing a team that likes to chuck up three and have three dudes who can do it at a very, very, very high clip. So, I mean, let's see what Vic's got. Yeah. Dad said some 4-letter words for sure. So, all right, but here's the thing. This was one of my most frustrating games I've watched in the Pope era. We've had some embarrassments. We had Ole Miss last year, and that was just like the team just never even got off the bus. This one, though, where you have a 4-game win streak, you seem like you got things clicking. Williams comes out of his shell. I know against a terrible team, but comes out of his shell and drops 8 threes, and you feel like you have the rotation. You have big wins against Indiana. You have a big win against St. John's. You get JQ back. Mo Diabata in his back in Alabama. Like, you have all the reasons to come out here and show the world at the beginning of SEC play, noon tip-off game Eastern, that, hey, Kentucky is real. Like, those early losses are gone. We got a healthy squad. We're real. And the same junk happened again. Like, we came out, we lacked effort, got a 5-0 lead quick, and it's like we hadn't scouted this team, even though we had played them twice last year. And we played a team just like them in Louisville. They're going to chuck up 35 to 43s a game, and they're going to make them if you give them open shots. And these flare screens they did early in the game where they were getting wide open threes, we're going under screens, we're getting hung up on screens, and not staying in their hip pocket, in their airspace, making them drive. And then we're helping off 3-point shooters. Like, make them make contested layups at the rim. We got Moreno. We got JQ, BG. Make them make that. And you know what? Even if they do, trade 2s for 3s all game and we're in it, right? Mm-hmm. And make them get frustrated and take bad shots, like, because they want to shoot 3s. They're being pressured by their coach to shoot 3s. So make them get to the rim, and even though they have an easy one, kick out. Try to generate some steals. Or, again, make them take contested dribble 3-point shots. But we didn't do that. What we did is said, hey, here is a wide open 3, like it's shoot around. Go ahead and cant this thing. And then you get Holloway, who at that point, he can pull up from the logo because he's shooting the ball into an ocean, right? Mm-hmm. Colin Chandler was such a disappointment today, and he kind of has been all year defensively. And if he's not scoring, which he hasn't been consistent on that end, you got to give someone else his minutes, man. Like, I was really excited for him. I thought he could be a 15-point average, a game, and then, but he just gets lost out there. And he just seems disinterested, and that's Mark Pope's guy. That he came from BYU, and he's had a couple years off from basketball, but he had all last year. He's shown flashes, but it's like, dude, if you benched folks like Brandon Garrison and J-Lo and some other guys a half for effort, I don't know how you go back and watch that game and go, yep, Colin Chandler deserves to be a starter when we go in and play on Tuesday. It makes no sense.
Well, yeah. Speaking of Colin Chandler, like you said, he couldn't get off the screens, and he forgot to just put his hands up and kind of guard him. And, that's just gross because they can shoot. They can really shoot.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows that Bama can shoot.
And we should have gone out there knowing, all right, we have to guard the shooters.
Chase off the 3-point line.
Mm-hmm. And make him go in and shoot off contact. And, like you said, we would rather want 2s and 3s all day. If they shot 2s and we got a 3, we're in the lead, just like that.
It's us trying to get 3s. We shot 19, 4 of 19. But again, we're not. So Nate Oates, after the game, was talking about Kentucky, and he said he watched us, made his staff pull every assist, and he noticed that the bigs weren't passing the ball out of the post. They're getting the ball, looking to score. Moreno had a couple assists, but out of the paint. But he was like, he noticed that, like, the big men aren't passing. Our front court is not helping distribute the ball and help move the offense. So there was no concern of trying to generate assists from our bigs once it hit the post. And our ball movement until late in the second half was terrible. We got the lead down to 10 because of individual play from Jalen Lowe and Otega Oweh, and we'll get there. But we cut down there, and all of a sudden you see the offense start clicking and moving. It's like the game can't be going perfect for you to get in and generate offense and then remember what the scout was, or say, okay, let's do some things, our sets and run the right way, and we were moving without the ball and playing with pace. It's not going to be like that. All these teams in the SEC are going to muck it up, all of them, right? And if you aren't going to be a team who can shoot the ball at a high clip, last year we wanted to be Alabama, we wanted to be Florida, we wanted to be these teams who could shoot the ball because we had shooters. We cannot be that this year. We cannot be that this year. So we won Indiana and we won St. John's because we decided to be a physical team. But if you're not going to truly buy into that identity, then you're not going to be great at basketball. And if you're not going to move the ball and try to generate assists and truly play as a team, 9 assists in a game. 9 assists in a game is what we had. I mean, that's miserable. That is absolutely miserable. That is something you would expect a mid-major team to come into Bama and have those numbers. Allow them to shoot 50% from 3 in the first half and 55% from the field or whatever it was in the first half, and generate, get beat up on the offensive and defensive glass. And, the turnover margin was even at half, but we had they had 11 assists to our 3 at halftime.
Yeah.
That's a mid-major program coming in to Alabama and Tuscaloosa after a long break and giving that kind of performance. Not Kentucky, who was projected to be at the top of the SEC and competing for SEC title. That's why I'm so frustrated, because we saw this already. We should have been able to go back, look at the Louisville game and say, we had one dude, Mikael Brown, tear us apart, and we had to chase our way back into that game. Almost got it, but came up short. And we did the same dang thing, rinse and repeat. Let one dude tear us up, and then he was able to distribute to everybody else. Fallon had 4 points, I think, with like 5 minutes left in the game. Like, he didn't do well, collected fouls early, and we still were down double digits throughout most of that game, got to 10, and it just fell short. Talk about the front court. Talk about Malachi Moreno, Brandon Garrison, and Jaden Quaitons, because that should have been someone we would hope to exploit, especially with their starting center, Sherrill, getting hurt. Their backup third string center, really, Williamson, I think was his name.
Williams. Noah Williamson.
Yes. The dude made Moreno and JQ look like it was all right. So what did you see from our front court? Because I was very disappointed in their performance and their ability to, maintain the glass and really show some physicality against this Bama team.
I mean, like you said, the 9 assists that we had, that's just showing like a bit of selfishness. But yeah, we should. Our front court people should be able to body someone and go up for the and one, or at least do something with the ball and get an easy layup off the glass, something. But yeah, Jaden Quaitons did not get. I don't like how he didn't get a bunch of minutes, but maybe that's reasonable because he could not find a way to get a bucket.
Yeah, he had 24 minutes. Moreno had 6. So he led the 5 group, but he didn't start. Moreno's getting the start. And I think JQ's got to, if you're playing him 24 minutes, put him out there and start him. But 2 of 4 from the field, 6 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 2 fouls. And I think he missed every single one of his free throws. Oh, he went 1 of 4. But yeah, 24 minutes, 5 points, and 6 boards. That's not something you expect from JQ. And that's just because their front court, their dudes made ours dudes feel uncomfortable. And in a game where we should have been able to feed the post and have them score, they crowded up the paint. Nato said it. They knew we weren't going to try to pass out of it. And you said it in the game, how much you missed Amari.
And
right?
Kobe.
Yeah.
The ability to shoot the ball for once.
Yeah.
For goodness sake, I want for a team to just shoot the ball and make the three. And his ability to read if, I should shoot a three, cash it in, get the hoop bigger, or drive in, get a layup, and that's better than 0 points. But we come out here like Denzel Aberdeen. He came out there just disgusting in front of over 2 dudes, just flinging it, a one-hand floater, just flinging it, praying that it goes in. We just can't let that. We just can't have that happen.
Zell's got to be able to finish around the rim better. Jalen Lowe, floater game, on point, all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Yeah, Zell's got to do what he did at the beginning of the season and get to the cup and play, like you said, play through contact. And, if you ain't going to make it, get a foul, get to the free throw line. But yeah, that early, he had 2 bunnies early on that missed, and we need him to be that guy who can get downhill and score, because his jump shot has left him late, or I guess midway through the season. No, but what I was going to talk about was Amari, and what made Amari special was his vision, his ability to play that point forward, point center spot, or even in the paint, pass out of it. Right, Pope has got to put like that film and have Moreno, who I think is a talented passer. He can see the floor. He's lost at time defensively, but on the offense side, focusing on that and be like, this is what I need from you. Like, we need folks cutting without the ball. We need, even in the high post, these back cuts, these sort of things. Like, get up there and
do what Mark Pope did. The thing that he did with Brandon Garrison. Yell at him in his face. If someone doesn't do good, replay the film, or at halftime or timeouts or anything. Sub him out. Say, come on, man. Get that energy going. Yeah, like, what happened to the energy when Brandon Garrison got that yam and, like, let's go. And then we started getting energy, but we could not.
What are you talking about? You talking about the game after he got benched when he came back?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Like, yes. Like, our entire front court pretty much sleptwalked most of the game. They got beat up by Bama. But I'm not so much focused on effort right now. I know you're clearly upset by it, but it's like we're focusing on if the ball hits the paint through the 4 or the 5, to be able to pass the ball out, right? Make them, if they're going to collapse on you, see the floor, get the ball, rotate. Like, it can hit the paint in the center, and sometimes it's a mismatch and you go at it. Sometimes it's when they come in hedge or they drop down and you can create space, you got to be able to pass out of that. But that has to be taught. That has to be like, look, this is what I'm asking you to do. And we can't just be one-dimensional when that ball hits the floor or hits the post. I don't know really what we're gonna do moving forward. It can't be inconsistent identity, and that's what I think we need to focus on. We got all excited because we had changed who we wanted to be. It seemed like it was going to be a team that was going to focus defensively, physicality. We're okay scoring 71 points a game. We don't need to score 80 plus, get in the 90s, but we have to at least, be detailed, specific, scout, game plan, take away the things that are hurting us defensively, like giving up open threes, but that can't fade away. That's got to be our identity all the time. And if the rotation has to be condensed to 7, 8 players because not everybody wants to play that way, i.e. Malachi Moreno today, Colin Chandler today, Jasper Johnson today. Then that's what you do. You start J-Lo, Zell, Otega Oweh, Mo Diabata, JQ.
More minutes.
Cam Williams comes in because he can play defensively. Hopefully he can find his three-point shot, get him space. But the squad that came back from the deficit against St. John's and won that game played a total of 1 combined minute today. That's on Pope. I have been a guy who will go on Twitter, go in these group chats, talk to their friends, and be like, listen, stop the whole fire Pope thing. It's silly. I still think it's silly. Trust that what he can do. He's trying to figure this thing out. This was a game where I was very much like, dude, you're the head coach. You cannot let these guys go away on a break and then come back and then tell me the intentionality, like he likes to say, or, we didn't translate our practice to the game. No, man, we are in SEC play. We're at the start of this thing. You cannot sit there and ebb and flow in what this team's going to do. It has to be deliberate every single time. And you got to find the dudes who are going to give you that effort every single time. And if you're not, then maybe you aren't the right dude. But prove us wrong, man. Prove us wrong, because the SEC isn't what it is last year, but it ain't getting easy. It's not getting easier. We got some tough matchups, and we have a chance to go on a little bit of a win streak. We got Missouri at home. That's a winnable game. Mississippi State at home, winnable game. We go to LSU, winnable game. And then we got a tough matchup in Knoxville against Tennessee. Tennessee is a game that we can win if we decide to be physical. They don't shoot well. They are a team who was reliant on a soft-bodied freshman and a point guard in Gillespie who is talented, but you're relying on him to play 40 dang minutes a game out there in Knoxville. So we can win that game unless we show up to be the team we were today, and our front court doesn't want to play well, and we want to give them open shots. Because G playing over there in Knoxville, he can hit those open shots if you let him. Mm-hmm. And then Texas at home, Ole Miss at home, and then we go to Vandy and Arkansas. So we need to go on a little bit of a win streak here, because we have an 11-ranked Vandy and an 18th-ranked Arkansas who's going to go up because they just beat Tennessee. And both those teams are very talented. Both those teams can shoot. And Cal's got himself a squad out there in Arkansas and a guard and Darius Acuff who is filthy. So we got to be able to figure this out. I'm tired of hey, we just didn't have it today. We got to do better with how we play and physicality and
get fired up. Fired up.
Yeah, it's got to be. You got to come to play every single day, every single time, because you're Kentucky, and Tuscaloosa was ready to boo Mo Diabata, and truly embarrass Kentucky today, and that's what they did. They came ready, and Nate Oates has had Coach Pope's number, here we go. He's got. When's your next game?
Me?
Yeah.
14th.
The 14th. Yeah. We're gonna work on some. We're on some buckets. Have some time off. Get back to practice. But yeah, let's know it. We definitely aren't going to go out there and have any Kentucky-like embarrassing performances. We're going to get that stuff right.
Yeah.
But all right. Any closing thoughts before we wrap this thing up?
Like you said about the crowd, Tuscaloosa was ready to be even more energetic, because
what was up that dude with the dang Alabama jersey and the Louisville hat on? I think he was just trolling. That guy stinks. Yeah. I don't know who that is, but he stinks. I don't like him at all.
Yeah.
And smack him around.
And yeah, they were extra fired up because, like you said, Mo Diabate, the transfer, they would not let him go. They were in his head the entire game. They would not let him go.
Yeah, they booed him. I think he actually played pretty well outside of that 3-point shot that he really didn't like. That's just his shot. That's not his game. But
it was open, but
yeah, they was open for a reason, I think. All right, man. Well, we got Missouri next. We'll see what Pope can do. He's got to figure it out, man. There's a lot of people questioning his ability to coach at this higher echelon of college basketball, and I think he is a talented guy, but he needs it. He's got to be a dude who isn't going to accept performances like we have today. And as long as he continues to just accept it and make excuses for it, he's going to get these type of performances and these letdowns, especially after long layoffs. If he is like his former coach, Rick Pitino, and makes it painful when you get these things, pain retains, right? Getting embarrassed and getting benched can fix some things, like you mentioned in Brandon Garrison. Like, so if you're not going to give us the effort we deserve as Kentucky basketball fans and what we expect, then you don't get to play. I don't care if you followed, Pope from BYU and, and we're a top like 13 recruit in your class, whatever. Like, no. If you're going to give us what you gave us today, you don't get to play. But all right, man, that was another good recap. We had to take it. It's a bad game. We had to go grocery shopping in order to decompress. Like, we did something seemingly always stressful just to get out of our own head. I hate the grocery store, and you eat too much. But all right, well, hey, we got a happy hour show coming up at 5 Western time, 8 Eastern time. Let's go watch some NFL football. And the good news is Tennessee lost today and Louisville lost yesterday. So, it's not all bad. Would have been nice to get a win here, but at least
that game would have been awesome.
What game?
This game.
Oh, yeah, if we won and they lost. Yeah. And New Year's hasn't been great. Your Bulldogs lost a couple days ago. Kentucky comes out and poops to bed. Whatever. 2026 better get better than this because I ain't about it.
We shoulda, woulda, coulda came back.
Who's that?
Kentucky.
Oh, yeah. Well, got within 10, got within 9, I think, actually. And it just.
Well, both shoulda, woulda, coulda came back.
Yeah. You can't have 40 minutes. It's a 40-minute game. We got to have the same type of effort we had in the second half, at least for 80% of it throughout the whole game. Mm-hmm. Find the dudes who are going to give you that effort, change the starting lineup, shorten the rotation, make the dudes sitting on the bench prove themselves once again, play for the, right here, the front of the jersey, the thing that says Kentucky. That's what you got to do. All right, y'all.
We need to earn that name.
Go earn it. Go earn it. Go earn your paycheck, too. Good grief. Oh, look at that. Mom says hi. Go Cats. Peace. Figure it out, Pope.